Installation was straightforward in my experience. Once the right app and pairing flow were used, the process became quick and predictable. That matters because many people abandon upgrades when onboarding feels confusing. Here, after initial alignment, day-to-day behavior stayed stable. I could switch content and keep enjoying the system rather than troubleshooting connections, which is exactly what a practical home setup should deliver.
What stood out first was dialogue intelligibility in mixed content. Speech remained easier to follow while effects and music still had weight, so I did not need to constantly ride volume. That balance is crucial for daily viewing. When a system keeps voices clear without flattening everything else, it becomes far more enjoyable over long sessions. In this case, the clarity gain felt meaningful instead of subtle.
I was genuinely surprised by how much these compact surround speakers added once they were paired with the soundbar. Setup stayed simple, and the system felt cohesive almost immediately. The rear channels did not sound like an afterthought. They created clear ambient depth and made scenes feel wider and more believable. For a small footprint, the jump in immersion was obvious and easy to appreciate.
Bass behavior also benefited from the full system working together. The low end felt fuller and more controlled, with better integration between front and rear presentation. It did not become boomy in normal conditions, and the added depth made soundtracks feel more complete. For users building around a compatible soundbar and bass module, these surrounds help finish the presentation in a way that sounds intentional and polished.
I noticed the biggest benefit during films and series with layered sound design. Background ambience, off-screen cues, and musical textures became easier to place in space. This creates a stronger sense of presence without requiring extreme volume. Good surround should support realism, not distract from it. These speakers generally follow that principle, adding dimension while keeping the front stage and dialogue focus intact.
For users with hearing challenges, better speech separation can make a major difference, and this system direction helps. Clearer center presentation plus supportive rear ambience makes conversations easier to track in dense scenes. That reduction in listening strain is valuable beyond pure entertainment. It means longer sessions with less fatigue, fewer rewinds, and a more relaxed experience overall, especially when content mixes are inconsistent.
Across mixed content, the tonal character remained smooth enough for long sessions. I did not run into sharp or fatiguing behavior when levels were reasonable, and the rear channels blended naturally when calibrated. Consistency like that is important because it means fewer constant adjustments between genres. Whether watching dialogue-heavy shows or dynamic action scenes, the system stayed controlled and enjoyable in regular daily use.
Build and presentation are better than expected for such discrete units. The speakers stay visually unobtrusive while producing sound that feels larger than their size suggests. That combination is great for living spaces where aesthetics matter as much as performance. I can keep the room clean and still get a meaningful surround effect, which makes the system easier to live with day after day.
Room fill improved more than I expected from speakers this size. In a medium room, rear cues expanded the listening space and helped action sequences feel more directional. Instead of sound staying anchored to the front wall, effects traveled with better continuity around the seating area. That spatial lift gives movement